all happy here.
I feel this is not good for me. This is meant to be an interview.
This is an interview.
Is this an interview?
Yep, this is how they do it in Lithuania.
Hello my friends and very welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have Stephen here. So the first question would be most surreal places to visit on this planet.
Exception, the Blue City in Morocco. I've been to Kosovo. It is a little difficult to get there nowadays for one reason or another because of political tensions, but if you ever want to have one of the best meals in your life, go to Kosovo.
What kind of meals do you have?
A lot of bread, a lot of cheese, a lot of different meats, pork, venison, beef. I had like a king there and it was amazing. And 2 months in China, culture shock between here and there had completely worn off.
You started spitting on the street like everyone else.
It's sort of like just getting into the environment of there's no personal space in Beijing. Whenever you're cramming as many people into trams, buses, things like that there, and you're sort of having to adjust yourself because you have no seat on a bus, you're sort of towering over people and you're in places that really you should not be. Yes. It was me, an American fella, and Indian fella. We were walking through one of the big parks in Beijing. I forget the name of it. The wee kid beginning to get closer and closer to us, and we saw the mother had a camera out ready. Depending on, your particular looks, it happens more commonly because I'm quite tall, red-haired, and I'm quite pale. Probably happened to me more often. It happens more often to females as well than to males. Yeah.
So things are absolutely useless to buy during your trips.
Everything. Anything that weighs you down. I'm a very much a travel light kind of person. The only thing I carry with me in a single suitcase, Budget Airlines, 8 pairs of shirts, 4 pairs of jeans, 8 pairs of underwear, 8 pairs of socks. When I get to day 8, I wash it 1 through 7.
So what are the best places to travel alone?
Best places to travel by myself or by yourself, everywhere. Everywhere is a great place to travel by yourself. I would recommend going somewhere easy for you. First time I traveled, 18 years old, I went to the States. New York, Philadelphia, Boston, and DC. If you want to sort of minimize some risk for the first time traveling alone, just to have the experience, I would start off somewhere a little bit familiar, but also a little bit different. But if you want to jump straight into the deep end, that's always an option.
People are going to love you a lot, they're going to take photos of you, they're going to kiss you, they're going to invite you to homes and weddings, and you feel loved like a superstar, like you travel somewhere to an Asian country.
It could also be overbearing for a lot of people. I know a lot of people who go to Morocco or go to Far East and have this attention put onto themselves. When you're not used to it or you're not a person who enjoys a lot of attention, it can really feel overbearing and put a damper on things.
Right, so
if you enjoy the attention, if you enjoy people looking at you and taking your pictures and asking you questions, then those are definitely countries that I would encourage you to go to. If you are a bit more reserved or want to take things a little easier, I would just go to a place maybe not further afield or maybe a place that is more familiar to you, personally.
That's good.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Do you think India is a good travel destination?
Sure, why not? Like I said, there's no country in the world that I personally don't want to travel to. There's always a benefit to doing your own research of a place rather than relying on stories or anecdotes told by other people. In saying that, there are dangerous places everywhere. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, those are places that appeal to me. I would love to go and visit them.
Trust your guts, trust your senses.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
So what's the best ways to sleep in a plane?
I personally take off my shoes.
And change your socks before, because the smell will be absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, wear a clean pair of socks for everybody else, of course. Listening to a nice podcast or smooth music, jazz for instance, or a bit of classical, would be anything that sort of has monotone sense of things. So there's not a high up and down. You don't want to listen to anything of high energy. Audiobooks are also quite good at, depending on who's speaking, sit back in your chair and feel the vibrations.
Vibrations is the most important thing.
Yeah.
The real secret to sleeping on a plane, mate, marijuana.
If I'm gonna visit your country, what is the one meal I should not miss?
Everybody always talks about the Irish stew. You always have to have an Irish stew. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that the best Irish stew is the Irish stew made by your grandmother. So,
Like everywhere else in the world, so you cannot go to restaurants because you can get some very shitty stuff.
I would say if you wanted to get a good Irish stew, go to a local bakery. Lots of bakeries in Ireland also do food, hot foods, things like that there. They'll usually give you a good Irish stew, some buttered baps and all that there. The Irish stew is our nation's #1 dish. Salmon as well. Peas, carrots, onions. It's a simple thing, but simple things are often the best.
Okay. You stand up straight and I'll go down. There you go. Okay. 3,